All right, another issue that is going to dominate the poll campaign in the United States is the fate of the Ukraine war. Republicans and Democrats continue to differ over U.S. policy towards the war-torn country. Regardless of who comes to power in the presidential elections in November, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, one thing is for certain: whether Trump or Harris comes to power, Ukraine will need a lot more than just words of affirmation to defeat Russians. It's because the war-torn country is heading for defeat. The Russians, with their glide bombs, anti-tank missiles, have set their eyes on a new target in Ukraine: Pokrovsk, a key Ukrainian stronghold in Donetsk. You see, after capturing strategically important Bakhmut and Avdiivka, Russia is focusing its war efforts in the east, throwing everything they have in Pokrovsk. Fighting has intensified here, with the Russian troops now just 11 miles east of the city. The Russians are putting pressure on Ukraine's troops. The Ukrainian military has acknowledged the increasingly difficult situation. In the Pokrovsk direction, Russian troops are moving westwards. As Russia's wider war on Ukraine grinds into its 29th month, Russia has been throwing more troops and equipment into the battleground. It obviously has a lot more in their stockpile than Ukraine can keep up with, for sure. As other Russian attacks have come to a halt, Russia, it seems, is now relying on its numerical advantage in order to make gains on the ground. They've marched on Pokrovsk. Reports say the Russian military has concentrated around 20 regiments and brigades. East of Pokrovsk, in all, around 40,000 Russian troops have been sent to the city to finish the job. On the other side of the border, only 6 or so Ukrainian brigades with around 12,000 troops are struggling to slow the Russian advances. Analysts anticipate a lopsided battle in Pokrovsk. They call it one of the most dangerous fights at the moment. Russians have a far significant number of forces in the area, which they are obviously using to push further into Ukraine. But the Ukrainian troops have been able to keep, at least so far, they've reportedly taken measures to stabilize the front line here. One of the Ukrainian army's best brigades, that's the 47th Mechanized Brigade, the main operator of Ukraine's American-made heavy armored vehicles, is reportedly leading the Ukrainian defense. But here's the problem: the Russians have devised new tactics to defeat the Western equipment. While the Russian Air Force Sukhoi fighters, bombers pummel the rear area, Russian scouts on motorcycles are probing Ukrainian positions closer to the line of contact. When the scouts spot a Ukrainian vehicle, Russian anti-tank missiles move in. And over the past few days, the number of anti-tank missiles fired at the positions of Ukraine Defense Forces, it has significantly increased. Ukrainian commanders are worried as Russia continues to pour troops and vehicles into the battleground. How long do they have before the Russians enter urban areas, bringing the war to the ordinary citizens? For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.